This week's economic lesson is about the evolution of money. Let's take a look. First of all, the teacher lesson will be posted here as soon as I record it. There are a number of vocabulary words you need to know this week. To barter means to trade goods or services without money. Currency is the money used in a given place. Value is the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. Minting is the process of making money, and a mint is the building where money is made. Now, in early times, there was not money. Before the invention of money, people still had needs and wants. And so the answer to their problem about how to get what they needed or wanted, and they didn't have it, was to call a word called bartering. Bartering means to trade goods or services without money. Early people learned that they could trade the things they wanted and trade for things they needed. Some people were good at farming, some people were good at building, some people were good at fishing. So they put their minds together, and a hunter might trade 3 rabbits for a bushel of corn that a farmer grew. Or a fisherman might trade several fish for something like wheat, or a pig, or 2 chickens. There were problems with bartering, however. Here are the problems with bartering. First, it's hard to agree on the value of each item. How much is 1 goat really worth? Both people also have to want what the other is offering. In modern times, nobody wants to trade their Takis for an apple. Well, maybe most middle schoolers wouldn't. But both people have to want what the other offers. Otherwise, the barter will not work. The trade is no good. And 3, it's not always easy to carry around the things you want to trade. Carrying around chickens and goats is not very efficient. Let's take a look at early money. Eventually, societies developed a system of currency to replace bartering. Because bartering was difficult in some cases, currency was going to replace that system. Currency is the money used in a given place. Money was standardized or made the same in different locations and given value. Value is the importance, worth, or usefulness of an item. So, for instance, the dollar has value because we say it has value. An envelope does not have the same value as a $20 bill. So you can't go into a store with an envelope and say, hey, I'd like to buy this with this envelope, because the envelope doesn't hold value. Therefore, we use money in our society. Currency needs to meet certain criteria or standards. First, it has to be easy to carry. In early days, bartering didn't allow for this. It mustn't be easy to counterfeit. Counterfeit means to reproduce illegally, to make something that is false. And counterfeiting money is a problem, which is why we make money that is hard to counterfeit. It must hold its value. A dead, rotten fish does not hold much value after about 3 days. It no longer is what it was worth when it was fresh. So currency needs to hold its value over time. Currency must be divisible. That means that you can easily divide it. So when I go to the store and I give a $5 bill and the item only costs $4.18, I need to get change. And so the cashier can give me change in coins back. If I'm in the barter system, I can't say that these 5 chickens are worth a half a goat and then divide my goat in half. A goat is not easily divisible, so it wouldn't make a good currency. Currency. So over the years, many different items have been used for currency. Common items like beads, shells, salt, jade, metal objects and stones, and eventually copper, silver, and gold have been used for currency for thousands of years. Metal coins ended up being the most common form of early currency. Coins became standardized and would often be stamped with an official symbol or image, usually from the leader of a society. The size and shape of coins became common and would often be weighed and tested to make sure they were authentic. because early counterfeiting was a problem. They needed a way to make sure that the coins were real. The Chinese were the ones that first invented a form of paper money. The invention of money helped early civilizations to effectively trade goods and services without having to trade actual goods and services. In modern times, every country has its own currency. For instance, the United States has the US dollar, Japan has the yen, Mexico has the peso, Canada has the Canadian dollar. A lot of European countries use the euro. The British use the pound. So currencies are different in every country, and they have different values in each country. So trading between countries becomes an issue because we have to figure out, well, how much is one American dollar worth against a British pound? Or how much is a Japanese yen worth against a Mexican peso? So we have to look at that when we decide to travel to other countries. We need to know the value of that country's currency in relation to what the value of our currency is. Modern money. Nowadays, we do not need to use physical money as much as we used to. In fact, I rarely have cash with me in 2021 because I can pay for things using a debit card or a credit card. I can use electronic payments. So now we have the opportunity to use virtual currencies and technology instead of paper money. Of course, we can still use paper money. It's still legal tender in the United States and all over the world. We can now pay for things like electronic banking or phone apps, credit and debit cards, gift cards, digital or wireless transfers even. The invention of something called Bitcoin came to be in recent years, which is an electronic currency. Instead of paying for 5 chickens or for a goat, you can now simply Venmo a friend or PayPal. So we've really come a long way on our journey with money. There's a video here for an opportunity for a laugh. We are going to not do that at this point. So how is money made? The process of printing money is called minting. A mint is a building where money is made. A mint is also a delicious sweet snack, but that has nothing to do with economics. So when you have this video, you can pause and check out the way that money is made. It's kind of fascinating, actually. We are not going to do it now, but of course, as I press the presentation mode, it's going to have me do that. All right, there are a number of learning videos. There are a couple of torture videos for this week for your entertainment, and also there is Going Beyond. When you want to learn something more than we have time for in class, these are some videos that go just a little bit deeper into the history of money. All right, that is all we have for economics this week. Make sure you study your vocabulary. Make sure you are ready for your quiz. Make sure you ask any questions that you need to, and make sure you practice. All right, have a great week.